Hello guys! Today on Les Montres avec Nicolas le Petit Horloger we have a really special guest. He happens to be my cousin. His name is Yannick and he's an art collector, art dealer, and he will show you his beautiful collection. First of all, thank you Yannick to show us your private watch collection. I think there are some pieces inside which are reflecting really well your passion to art, and some other pieces which are truly nice. Let's start with the first watch.
So the first watch we have here is a late 70s, early 80s Oris watch, which is a brand close to the hometown me and my family grew up. So this particular watch was gifted from my grandfather to my mom on her birthday, and obviously it has a lot of emotions with it. It will stay in my collection forever since she passed it down to me to have it in my collection now. And it's as most vintage watches, it's a very small case. I really love the numeral dials and the date and the 12 o'clock with the red numbers. I find this pretty amazing.
It's true, it's a small case, but I think in the future probably smaller cases will be more appreciated than right now. There's a good model, the Rolex Bubbleback, I don't know if you know this watch, which is as big as a penny, and our watches which are coming back to collectors and are really appreciated, and I think there's a future for small watches, 232, 234 millimeters. Let's talk about this beauty, Zenith Primero from the 70s. What is the story behind this one?
So this one, my late grandfather gifted me this. So this was his first real Swiss watch he bought. So he used to work a lot in Canada, and when he came back to Switzerland with the money he saved, he was out and wanted to get like a real man Swiss watch. So it came down to this Zenith El Primero, which he bought at a bijouterie close to my hometown again, and first owner, everything original, unpolished, so kind of, it feels like every scratch, every mark has its own little story, even though I don't know all of them. But I always remember my grandfather wearing this watch, so again, a lot of emotions like the first watch, and I will keep this with pride in my collection.
Yeah, and what I love about this one is that the Zenith changed the shape of that case. In the 69 it was a round case, and in the 70s a lot of watch brands started to make rectangular shaped watches, and this definitely has that shape, that cool shape, that funky shape from the 70s. Let's go to a little bit a cheaper watch, but a cool watch, which came out last year from Swatch. Tell me a little bit about this one. Why did you choose to buy this one?
So this is a new Gent model from Swatch. It was done for the anniversary of Mickey Mouse. So they ended up doing a collaboration with Damien Hirst, which I think makes perfect sense, because one of his most iconic pieces is Mickey Mouse. So they ended up doing two models. So we have this one here, the new Gent, and then they did another one on a Gent model, which is a bit more limited, and I think it goes for quite a bit of money now also in the resale market. It's definitely a collector's piece, and I like to wear this in summer because it's light, and it gets, you get a lot of attention with wearing, a watch like this. It's quite, colorful, and yeah.
think what is cool about this watch, I think if you're not from the art business or not from the watch world, it's quite a piece that it's going under the radar. So a lot of people who don't know art or are not from the watch world are not recognizing it, and it gives the appeal to it. Quite a special watch, I agree.
You know, it was funny because at first when they came out, I saw it, I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, and then it was sold out quite fast. And then, you know, someone within the company tracked this watch down from, I think I got it from a store in Greece, if I'm allowed to say this, but it was probably like the last watch left out on the market. So, you know, I was pretty happy I got it, and honestly, I was stupid to sleep on it when it came out first.
Yeah.
And now I'm really happy to have it, and you know, Damien Hirst is a great artist, so I will probably keep this in the collection as well.
Really cool. So now we come to a really nice piece, a rectangular, classy watch. What's the meaning behind this one?
So this is a Citura watch. They did late 90s, I believe it was 1998. They did this special collector's limited edition with Andy Warhol, I mean with the foundation. So I believe there's 4 different models, each of them are limited. And you know, we got this through a charity auction where my dad got this one. And then, you know, it ended up in the cellar, it got forgotten a bit, and I found it a couple years back, and you know, I thought it's a fun piece. It reminds me really of a classic dress watch, and I could definitely see like Andy Warhol wearing, you know, watches with a shape like this.
It's true, because Andy used to wear a Cartier Tank, which is goes in the same style.
Pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, as you said, you don't see it a lot around, and it's definitely like when you're on a table with like watch collectors, it's a really fun piece, and it's certainly a, you know, a topic of discussion. So this one is really funny, and you know, I like to wear it from time to time when I dress up for a nice dinner, because you know, the watch itself is still kind of funny, and you know, it's really fun. It's really fun.
Now to the watch you're wearing today. It's a Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39mm. Fits you really nicely. What's the story behind this one? How did it come that you decided to choose this one with the grey dial?
So this one is one of the, you know, modern Rolex pieces. So as you know, I was quite big in collecting Supreme and Bathing Ape and all these streetwear brands, and I built up quite a collection. So when I moved on and, you know, my style evolved and a bit more sophisticated, I decided to sell off my collection. I did quite a bit of money with it, and then, you know, obviously you want to buy your first watch, kind of, since most of my watches I have in the collection are gifts, you know. So I decided to go for, you know, Rolex as my first own watch, and then the decision was, you know, obviously you have all these a bit more hyped models like the Submariner, and I wanted to, you know, go for more, not low key, but maybe a piece which is less under the radar of the majority of people. So we came down to this Oyster, and the grey dial is really, you know, one of my favorite colors is blue. So the blue dots really fit very nice with the grey dial, and I think it, you know, it fits my style and persona pretty well. And you know,
I think it's a great piece because you can wear it casually. at the pool. You can go swim with it. Not like with vintage pieces, you need to be careful where you're going. And then you can suit up, and you have a beautiful watch understatement, and you can definitely fix a deal. Now to your business, I think it's really interesting what you're doing behind the scene. You are running an art business. Tell me a little bit about this.
So a couple of years back, you know, me and one of my best friends, his name is Aaron, we were always like quite in, you know, collecting general, but then, you know, kind of also because of the background of my family, they were always in collecting different kind of art or, you know, furniture and stuff like this. So me and Aaron, we grew quite a nice collection, and then we thought it would be nice to the artists we buy from to actually support them and give them kind of a platform to make them reachable for a bigger audience. So our motto is kind of, we work around the motto art for everyone. So we're trying to build a platform for younger emerging artists to be seen by a broad audience, also like from people who maybe are not into art yet or into collecting itself. And then we also try to, you know, have you find all different kind of price ranges within our artists, which I think it's also nowadays, you know, since it's got such big, huge business out of it, sometimes it's pretty tough to start a collection on your own, because most of the artists you hear about or find in the internet are already pretty expensive. So we are really focusing on the more young emerging ones, which have, you know, which are just happy to show their work and find, you know, people who love their work and want to collect them. So this is what we're trying to build up now, and I hope in, you know, like a couple of years we will open our gallery space, and then you know, we take it from there.
Thank you for this little insight to your business, and as well, thank you again to show us your beautiful collection.
With pleasure.
One of my favorite pieces out of this collection was definitely the Zenith El Primero, because of his 70s look and his history behind it. And one which is really special is the Andy Warhol, the rectangular watch, which is quite unique. I've never seen one like this. I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely to a next time.